Coming to you live from our studio in Atlanta, Georgia, this is the A1 Trading Daily Show. Whether markets are rising or falling, we're here to keep you up to date with the latest market news. Join us as we trade currencies, commodities, and indices live, Monday through Friday.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream. We are here taking a look at the markets. And despite it being a little bit quiet in the markets, there's still stuff going on. And in fact, the Japanese yen seems to still be moving, almost like it's ignoring the fact that it's supposed to be out for Christmas. You guys like the intro? Man, we've gotten a lot of compliments on the intro. Chandler did a very good job with that. Chandler is he's our producer and editor that is behind the scenes within these live streams and all the videos you guys see. He did a really good job with those. And so, yeah, looking spiffy on the channel today. And I like that prelude, just kind of like the warm-up screen, if you will. That was cool as well. So looking awesome. Do you usually trade live or make trades before live? Good question. I usually do both. Basically, I use market orders to enter my trades. So oftentimes, when I'm looking for trades, it happens to be on the live stream. So oftentimes I do take trades directly on the live stream, though I'm more of a swing trader. And this is a tough part of the year to be a swing trader, or probably for a day trader as well, because volume is light and, the markets are closing for New Year's. So if you're trying to swing trade, you're going to be holding on to a position for, a long weekend, right? So Forex market is closed January 1st and 2nd in observation of New Year's Day. So, it can be an interesting time in the markets to say the least. But regardless, what we're going to do here on the live stream is we're going to look for some short-term moves. We'll look for and we'll also discuss some things for possibly going into the new year. Question is with the Japanese yen. Daily chart had a solid bounce off of the lows here. And the question is this bounce going to hold? Well, let's be cautious and let's take a look at the technicals here a little bit closer. So your 4-hour view, you've got a pretty strong downward trend overall, right? So against the dollar, the Japanese yen has recently come back into some strength. And just based on the trajectory of this chart, right, we would imagine, okay, it's not out of the question that sellers could still be ready to try and take this thing short, especially as you near some major levels. Dang it, I messed that up. As you near some levels of resistance, right? Looking left, what we can see is market structure completely fell out of the bottom here, right around 134, 135. So on a retest of that area, we do have to be cautious that sellers don't just take over that area again and possibly turn this thing into a continuation of the trend. So if we're looking at the fibs here, you've got a 61.8% retracement level that looks very, very questionable for the bulls. So if price does make its way up into this area here, I would say from a sell side perspective, this looks like a prime real estate area to get short. Now, this is my opinion. As always with these streams, I'm not here to give you any sort of advice with what to do with your trading account. I'm here sharing my thoughts, my opinions, and my experience as a trader for the last 6 years. And so, when I see this sort of stuff, when I see markets make big moves, oftentimes what people will do is they'll try and, buy the dip very quickly just to watch it turn into a much bigger dip, right? So as this thing does rise, I would be very cautious though, because now you've got all the potentially all the traders, all the smart traders who wanted to get short on this and who have been waiting patiently. This is probably a zone that many of them have their eyes on, because we have confluence. We have the 61.8% retracement, and we have a retest of major past support now turned potential resistance, and we've got a downward trend off of the 4-hour chart. Now, for the buyers out there, for the bulls, if you're like, I want to get long dollar yen, for me, what we have to do is we have to wait for a break of key structure. And I'm talking a major win for the bulls, like higher lows, break out of this area, break out of this area. then looking possibly bullish, but for now, bearish until proven otherwise, right? So as trend followers, what we do is we don't try and predict the future. We go with what the trend is telling us now. And right now, the dollar yen is looking bearish on retests of major resistance for potential continuations. Another thing to think about, guys, is that if you're watching the dollar yen and it does decide not to even retest here and starts to break down earlier than that, if we break through support at 131, I think that is a very key bottom for the dollar yen right now. If that breaks, you could see another slip to the downside, and without a question, there's a possibility that it could slide another several hundred pips. So yeah, be very, very careful. We'll be taking a look at several charts here today, guys. If you are new to the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're new here, smash the thumbs up button. It's a light stream today. Let's see if we can get some more traders in here. The best way to recommend this stream to other friends and traders to get more thoughts and opinions going is, of course, to smash that thumbs up button as you're seeing on the screen there. It really does just help us out. So thank you very much for that. So let's see. I'm reading the chat a little bit. Thanks for a reminder to follow the trend. Granting the Japanese yen moves odd, I still managed to make it through. Angela says, nice intro. Euro pound 50 pip drop this morning. Yeah, what's going on with the euro pound? We discussed the euro GBP a little bit yesterday, so maybe worth discussing again. Look at this. Okay. So this actually might be something interesting here. So euro pound off the 1 hour chart. Actually, you know what? Let's keep it with the 4 hour chart. So euro pound, we discussed this one yesterday, and in fact, we'll go to the watch list, see if it's still up there. So we are going to go. Yes, it is. Okay. So we're going to go here. We're going to go bias, neutral. Euro pound. Euro pound coming in here with the buy signal. And then when we go back to the chart, we are pulling back. Hey, this is actually a potential setup here for us. As we come into this supportive level, price should hold. And if it does not, very quickly would want to bail with a stop below structure, probably 40 pips. Hold on, this might actually be a trade for us today, guys. I didn't expect to see it, but we are actually seeing. Thank you. Who was that in the chat that recommended us to take a look at euro pound? Whoever you were, I appreciate you. Angelo, thank you, Angelo, for recommending us to take a look at euro pound. I might actually take a trade here. Now, here's the thing. The only cautionary tale I would say about taking any trades right now is that, number one, let's actually see how is the spread on this. If I was to go take a trade, let's go pull up the trading panel and see what the spread is like. Okay, so we still have relatively tight spreads right now. Half a pip in spread is not that bad. Price pulling back to 38.2. If I take this trade, it's going to be a baby size trade. So in fact, that might be what I do. Give me 1 second. I got to load up. We load up the second account as well. Okay, so second account is open. I've got my S&P 500 trade open as well. Let me pull that up so I can show that to you. And okay, so yeah, we just pulled up this. Let's see. All right, so how's our S&P trade doing? We have SPY. S&P 500 doing okay. We're up $1,200 on this one. S&P 500, euro pound. Give me 1 second, guys. I am pulling up euro pound on my second broker. And I might actually be, I think I'm going to take a trade here on the euro pound. So euro pound long setup for me here today. I'm going to be taking a 40 pip stop loss, as I mentioned. This is my stop loss distance, and I'm looking to risk a very small amount on this trade. I'm actually just going to, for the sake of taking this trade, I'm just going to risk $100, which is a baby size trade for my account. But it's purely because I like the setup. But I'm being very hesitant with trading right around now because we do, of course, have markets closing for New Year's. So let me go ahead and set this up on both accounts. I'm going to just get this bought in my other account and then bought here. Stop loss is in place, so we should be all set. Stop loss is below the 61.8% retracement. We are in that trade. And again, this is a baby size trade, but that's okay. Baby size trades are still trades. And again, very, very much reduced position size due to the fact that we have, of course, the markets actually closing for New Year's Day. And if this swing trade actually goes in my favor, I'll have to make a decision on whether or not I actually want to hold that through that longer period. But we'll take a look at that and see. So euro pound, we're in it here. Let me get that called out for members. Give me 1 second as we're going to go type that up. So there we go. And let me get the details on this trade. New trade. There we go. Where's my Discord? All right, Discord is up. Go here to next trades. I'm going to throw this in there. And now we're going to take a screenshot of this page. Euro pound. All right. So for those of you who are in the Discord channel, we're dropping that now. And if you are not in the Discord channel, at least join the free one. We're going to drop a link in the chat. Chandler, if you don't mind dropping that link for people to grab access to the free Discord. We do have a free Discord available. Let me also make sure I get the Edge Finder details. So Edge Finder details, let's go look at euro pound. So we're looking at euro pound on the long side here today. It gets a score of 5. I mean, it has all the criteria for a long trade for me. So I'm going to go ahead and be long here, euro pound. Let's take this screenshot there. All right, so we got our screenshot set up. And you can grab that link in the chat, you guys, if you want to join the free Discord. Okay, so now let's do our write-up. So we have the 2 images. I will sell if Nick is buying. May the best man win, my friend. Here's the thing, right? If you overestimate your ability on the next trade, you will never be a profitable trader. It's something I had to learn over many, many years. People overestimate their ability on this next trade so much, but then they don't care to pay attention to the long-term effects, right? If you take, trades with my system over the past several years, I can't tell you if the next trade is going to be profitable, but I can tell you over time that it has been and likely will continue to be profitable. So if you take a trade against me, you might be right this time, but in the long term, if you took every trade against me in the last several years, you'd be down substantially, and I'll prove it to you in a second. All right, let's see. If I were to write this analysis, okay, so let's write this up here. So we have a pullback to the 38.2% retracement. Stop loss is placed beneath the 61.8% retracement. Oh, I didn't mean for that to be a comma. I'm not a European. You guys use commas where we use decimals. You guys are just so weird over there. I'm just kidding. Everybody thinks the other is weird when they're not the same cultural stuff. Stop loss is placed beneath the 61.8% retracement. Uptrend, still strong on this one. All right, and then Edge Finder ideas. Let's pull that up and make sure. So key spots where we're getting a lot of points on the Edge Finder, and we'll write this up. Scoring strong on the Edge Finder. +5. Due heavily to COT data favoring euro, retail sentiment favoring GBP, bullish signal for euro, GDP and inflation favor. All right. Trade alert is out for those of you who are inside of the Discord channel. That has just been shared, so you can go read up on that on your own time if you'd like. So just share that inside of the group. Any updates that I make to this trade, once I start trailing stops, if I'm able to, if I close this trade prior to the New Year's, I will keep you guys updated within the trade alerts. So if you're inside of the group, just head over to Nick's Trades right here, and you'll see all the information on the latest trades that I'm in. So currently I have two trades open. I'm in euro pound on the long side, and I'm also long the S&P 500, which I showed you guys. This is more of a swing trade. And in this account, currently floating around $1,200 on this one. I picked up a long position here, caught a pretty good entry on this one, and seeing if I can catch a run up into the new year. So hoping for a little bit of a post Santa Claus rally, if you will. Not really hoping, but I like the setup, and I had my reasons for taking that trade, which if you were on the live stream, I took that one also on camera. So I'm surprised we actually got a trade here today. We actually got a position entered here this morning, which is awesome. Euro pound, and again, we'll see, is that one doing okay? Well, we're still flat. Markets are, I'm likely not going to see much movement on this one, which is also why I took a really baby-sized trade on Euro GBP. And there is that possibility that I choose to close out trades prior to the long weekend that we have coming up. With New Year's Day, the market will be closed. So for my friends who are newer to trading Forex, don't freak out if, Monday of next week, the markets are not moving and you're like, what the heck is going on? It's because the market's closed for New Year's Day in observation of it. And I believe it's also, the 2nd as well. Yes, it's the 1st and 2nd of January. The markets will likely be closed. Grab this link if you guys aren't already in the Discord. It's right there. Come join us. There is a free version available. You just fill out that form, and then it will give you a free link to join. Now, the free group will not let you see trade alerts and updates, but we do have plenty of analysis and stuff that goes out, free PDFs that can help you build a trading plan, etc. So we do have Euro Pound open. Again, it is a baby-sized trade, but it is a trade nonetheless. I'm glad that we got something on the board here today. Now, let's go look at my S&P 500 trade, and let's see how things are doing. So, Nick, how the heck do you justify being long on the S&P 500? Well, let me conjure up some good reasoning for it. Well, no, I actually bought the S&P 500 because I was thinking that there could be a Santa Claus rally, which is, the idea that during December, during the week of Christmas, you can oftentimes see historically there's a slight positive the week of Christmas. Actually, I think it's in the month of December. There tends to be a positive month in December. It's not every year. And in fact, if we look at the monthly chart, it looks like this year is not going to be the case. As you can see, December actually was a red month. But still was looking for a little bit of momentum, caught it off the lower time frames, and I'm still in the trade. So I'm just letting this one run at this point. My stop loss is in place. So if I do, if things go sour on this trade, I'll stop out, especially with that potentially, the New Year effect, where you might get a little bit of new year, new trends. Not always, but sometimes. The market has been an incredibly downward trend in the last in the last year or so. 2022 was an awful year for stocks. And so my thought process is we may see a bit of a breakout, though I think it is a bit early to call. So I have a stop loss in place. If price breaks the lows, I am out of that trade. So far, seeing some decent rejection. But if it breaks to the downside, we're out of there. A big stock, just to have fun, we'll talk about Tesla here for a second. Tesla, you guys, look at this company. This company has gotten slaughtered. And if you guys, if you are like a true fan of the page or channel, then you'll know that my best trade ever was actually on Tesla. I bought Tesla in the 2020 sell-off and held it throughout all of this. And I'm not even trying to well, actually, I am trying to brag. I'm bragging about it, okay? Let me have my moment, because it's since then has totally crashed. Though I sold a chunk of it, and fortunately I did. I sold it somewhere in this region. And part of the reason I sold it was heavily due to the fact that interest rates were just hiking and hiking and hiking. And my thought process with that was that Tesla would be very much impacted by that. It now is sort of seeing the effects of rate hikes, and it's a scary stock to own right now. I do still own a little bit of it. I sold 3/4 of my position in this period of time. I made a nice return on my Tesla stock so far. But from the stock that I have left over, we'll see if there's anything left by the end of 2023. I'm kidding. I think it's a good company, but it's got some headwinds in front of it, as many stocks do right now. So let's go take a look at XAUUSD. Rick says, do you also let us know if you close the trade in Discord? Rick, yes, if you are inside of the VIP group, then you'll be able to see all of my trades and updates. So if I close out of a position, if I trail stops, if I decide, I no longer want to be in a trade, all of that information goes right to the Nick's trade section. And you can also keep up with my other trading cohorts, Frank and Ivan, if you'd like access to that. Again, it's all part of the membership that we offer. And by the way, you guys, just as a heads up, if you are looking to get a membership with us, don't wait until the new year. Go ahead and grab it. The link is in the description. We have like one-time purchase options. So you just pay for access and you have it forever. So there's no point in waiting in the new year. Get started now. You can dig through our educational section. You can dig through all of our different stuff. So make sure to join that. The link for that, if you would like to join the VIP membership, is in the description. And if you use the promo code that's listed in the description, you'll get a discount off of a membership if you choose to get one with us. So we have several people who moderate and support our Discord community. We have several different traders. We have several different support staff. I got a message from one as we speak. So, it's a professional service. We work really hard to maintain a great community for traders. So you get access to the chat rooms, educational material, and of course the trade alerts from myself and my team. So grab it if you haven't already. Yes, that is a sales pitch, and it is a shameless one. It is a very, very worthwhile service. I'm very confident you'll get more than the value that you pay for to get access to the group. And that pay tag, the cost to join a group really does. Some people hate that. They hate the why is it got to be a fee? That fee keeps the community high quality. The fee does two things. Number one, it keeps out non-serious traders and it lets the very serious traders who are willing to invest their money into learning this stuff, it keeps them in a small group. So number one, that's the best part. Number two, that money is how I pay an entire staff of people in order to moderate such a great group and put out webinars and answer questions from members and all that sort of stuff. So if that's something you're interested in, if you think that's worth your money, I am very confident you will get more than what you pay to join the group out of it in terms of value. If that's something you're interested in, join the group. Like I said, link is in the description of this live stream. So gold here, taking a look at gold. Am I bullish on gold? I think that gold has potential in the new year. And part of that is a fundamental one in the terms of the Federal Reserve rate hiking. We have seen something, and this chart is very important. I'm going to show you guys a very important chart. If I go to fundamental analysis and I go to inflation, this chart is very important to the price of gold. And we'll discuss that here in just a moment. Wow, I didn't realize that our data goes back to 1914. That is crazy. Look at inflation over the decades. That is crazy. Anyways, I'm going to zoom all the way just to recent times here, and we'll take a look at inflation numbers. And this is very important for the price of gold, because what we're looking at here is inflation across the major currencies, right? And when we look at the major currencies and we say, okay, what's been going on with all the major currencies in terms of inflation? Is it on the rise or is it on the decline? If you look at the pound, it's still on the rise, which is scary. But if you look at, for example, the US dollar, and we could filter that, let's go just look at USD. Looking at just USD, we can actually see that inflation peaked in June. Now, it could still go up, but likely, if trajectory is an indicator, which it has been very effective in the past several periods, it's on the decline. And if that decline continues, what does that do for gold? Let me know in the chat. Quiz question for you. If this stat continues to decline, if inflation continues to go down, what does that do to gold? Type it in the chat for me. I'd be curious to see what you say. Angelo says, it's definitely worth joining the group. I'm a lifetime member. Angelo, thank you for supporting the group. Not only does the group, of course, offer you tremendous value, by being a member, you support the content that you guys are seeing here. You know, we spend a lot of money on cameras, lighting, and that sort of stuff. So the VIP group also enables us to create free content for traders everywhere. So it's a circle that keeps giving. Gold goes up. Angelo, good. O says gold goes up. Gold price. So this is a bit confusing, right? You would think, oh, inflation spiking should make gold go up. Well, if you look at the chart for 2022, you'll notice that is not always the case, because in fact, in a rising inflation environment, aka this area, gold actually declined a lot. And the reason for that is because inflation spiking higher means interest rate hikes are probably coming. Interest rate hikes are not great for the price of gold. But on the opposite, if we turn around everything, we say, well, inflation falling now, this might be something to pay attention to. So in my opinion, if this continues, we have a possibility that gold continues to look bullish going into the new year. So for me, we've got higher lows, we've got higher highs. Things are looking healthy on gold. And I would actually say looking for pullback plays is how I would pay attention to gold right now. So looking at the 4-hour chart, we'll just do a really quick one because I got to actually jump off. I'm doing an interview after this. So I need to jump off in just a moment. So Chandler, do we have a guest coming on today? I should have asked that before, but if we have a guest, I'll try and stick around right up to 10. But anyways, pullback plays on gold could be of interest. We're kind of choppy right now. Ideally, I'd love to see, okay, Tom is coming on, cool. I'd love to see like a big break and then pullbacks to this area. That's like, you know, cookie cutter, my favorite sort of style of trading is to look for a big momentum break and then looking for the pullback. But regardless, we've got a nice little higher uptrend, higher high, higher low uptrend going on. So I like that. Guys, we will be discussing gold more. And in fact, I will ask Tom to pick up gold for me after this, if he doesn't mind. Once he gets into the call, he'll be taking over the stream right after this. I got to run for an interview. We'll see you back tomorrow. See you guys.
Remember to check the description below if you're looking for a trading community to join.
Good evening, guys. How are you? Merry Christmas. I hope you're all having a wonderful festive time. I hope you've eaten too much. I hope you've drank too much. I certainly have. I need to go to the gym immediately. Guys, yeah, my name's Tom from Simply Forex. You've got me for the next 45 minutes to an hour, guys. So yeah, please get as many questions over to me as you like. Yeah, and we'll try and answer as many as we can, guys. Yeah, anything to do with trading. It could be a pair that you're in. It could be something to do with psychology, money management, techniques that I use. Anything you like, guys, you can ask me about. Not my personal life, that would be weird, but you can ask me about anything to do with trading, guys. All right. So yeah, get all your questions over to me. Okay, guys. So all right, we've got someone straight in. So let's start. You guys are not messing around. You have already got questions over to me. So yeah, let's take a look at Jason Miller wants to look at New Zealand US dollar. All right, so let's look at that, guys. And like I say, before we start, Merry Christmas. I hope you're all looking forward to New Year. Okay, so New Zealand US dollar, this is for you, Jason. Let's take a quick look at that. Okay, so what was we looking for at New Zealand US dollar, guys? Okay, so this is actually a trade idea on my channel. Yeah, we're looking to try and short this pair. All right. So what I do, guys, with every currency pair I trade, I do a top-down approach. Yeah, I look at the weekly, the daily, H4, H1, sometimes even M15 to really refine, pinpoint my entry. All right, so let's do exactly that, guys. So New Zealand US dollar. Let's take a look at what we're seeing on the weekly chart. All right, guys. So yeah, we'll start with the weekly. Three things you should look at, guys. You should look at market structure in terms of the trend, yeah, the structure of the market. You should then look for your support and resistance zones, yeah, and then you should also read what the candlesticks are telling you, yeah. All the information you need, guys, are in those three things, all right? Also, you know, I'm not saying indicators, these types of things are bad ideas, of course not, yeah. I know people that make lots of money using them, but I tend to keep my my charts quite naked, guys, really. So New Zealand US dollar, on the weekly chart, we are seeing a downtrend, yeah, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. And price, as we know, has rallied, yeah, absolutely rallied from these lows. Look at all of those green candles. But it's come back up to this gray zone. And this gray zone historically is important. Yeah, it reacted here, and it reacted here. I bet if we move this gray zone to the left some more, there'll be more historical data that tells us it's reacted at this zone. And now price has come into this gray zone. It's reacting again. Yeah. So structurally, if we were just trading the weekly chart, yeah, we would be looking for shorts. Yeah, purely on structure, support and resistance levels, and candles. Okay, if we look at the candles now, guys, as well, yeah, these are bearish candles. Yeah, for the last 2 weeks, I know we've had a bit of, you know, holiday trading, you know, been a bit thin, volume's a bit low, and it will still be this week, guys. All right, but looking at those last 2 weeks, everything is bearish. Yeah, bearish, bearish. Those candles are telling me we have room to the downside. Okay, and the target that I set was this 6,200 level. Okay, this would be my first target. I could potentially leave, yeah, some on the trade and take price back down to this level. Okay, I could do that as well, but we are looking for shorts, guys. Yeah, look at the weekly chart. Everything is saying short, short, short. Sell the market. Let's take a look at the day chart now and see what we are seeing here. So again, guys, yeah, this was clearly in an uptrend. As we know, US dollar really weakened, okay, and then we were in an uptrend. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, okay? But ever since we've hit this gray zone, yeah, price has come, which was that important weekly resistance level, price has come tumbling down, guys. All right, even breaking this last low here. Okay, so for me, also on the day chart, we are in a downward structure. Okay, we are in a downtrend. I want to show you something quite interesting here, guys. So if I put a line down this chart, okay, we have this side of the line and we have this side of the line. All right, look at the differences in the candles. All right, so on this side, yeah, they're all strong green candles. Yeah, all right, yeah, strong green candles. We do get some bearish candles that come back in the market, yeah, but on the whole, buyers are in control of this market. Okay, but ever since we've hit this weekly resistance level, now look at the candles. Yeah, you've got bearish candle, the bulls, yeah, the bullish candle, yeah, pretty much non-existent. They're getting bullied out the market. Bearish, 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 bearish. The green candle, the bulls, yeah, not bullish enough. Yeah, sellers are still in control. Bullish candle, but look, that's hardly bullish. Yeah, and then bang, we have another red candle. Sellers are in complete control of this market ever since we've hit this high here. Okay, you can just see that in looking at the candles. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. Because of the weekly chart and the daily chart, I'm looking for shorts, guys. Yeah, but then I drop down to the lower time frames to find out exactly where I will enter the trade. All right, so let's do that. Let's drop down to the H4 chart and potentially, guys, okay, so up here, guys, is that large gray zone that I was talking about. And then these gray zones are, so this gray zone here and this gray zone here, these are areas I'm looking for price to react at. Okay, then I could potentially start taking a trade. All right. So yeah, what are we seeing here, guys? So the only problem here is I have seen a structure break on the H4. I am looking for shorts in this gray zone, but yeah, look at the H4 structure, downtrend, yeah, downtrend. But then, yeah, just about held, but now we're getting lots of buying pressure. Okay, so this high here is broken, and we've got lots of buying pressure. Again, look at the candles. Yeah, yeah, look at these candles. Bullish, 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 bullish. So lots of buying pressure from our lower gray zone. And we've broken, yeah, H4 structure. So for me, guys, although I was looking for a potential sell in this gray zone, I'm reluctant to do so now. Yeah. If anything, yeah, if price, let's remove this. If price leaves this gray zone, yeah, it hasn't yet because these wicks have closed back within this gray zone. But if I get a bullish H4 candle here, yeah, breaking above these last highs, I think we have a buy up to this level. All right, back up to those highs. Okay, if we get a break of this gray zone. If price starts closing back into this gray zone, yeah, then potentially, yeah, we could start coming down again. But to be honest with you guys, I would need to see a breakdown in at least H1 structure. All right, so let's take a quick look at the H1 chart as well. So, yeah, as you can see, guys, yeah, structure changed on the H1 chart as well, guys. Yeah, it was coming down, but then price shot back up. Ever since we get a break of these highs here, yeah, H1 structure's in an uptrend. All right. But again, we're at this interesting level, guys. Yeah, this gray zone. So what would I want to see for me to start shorting this? I would want to see something like this, price action like this, and then potentially a break lower. Okay, I would not need to start seeing a breakdown in H1 structure, guys. All right, for me to start shorting this pair. But again, if we get, yeah, a break above these highs, yeah, and a strong bullish H1 candle, I think we have room to the upside. Okay, so depending on what happens next, Jason, we could look for buys or we could start potentially looking for shorts. But let the market tell you what it wants to do. All right, so yeah, New Zealand US dollar. I hope that helps with your analysis. No problem, Jason. Next one, on which they realized that they defined. Okay, Max. So yeah, that's a question for A1 Trading and Trader Nick. I would like your thoughts on Euro Pound. Okay, Gavin, this one is for you. So euro pound, guys, let's take a look. Again, we're going to do a top-down approach. This is how I look at every single market. Yeah, Forex market, indices, commodities. I do the same for all of them, guys. All right, so top-down approach. So what are we seeing on the weekly chart? First of all, structure. Okay, so we're in an uptrend. Okay, yeah, this is higher lows. This is a higher high, but price has found this range a little bit. All right, so if price breaks above this, yeah, then potentially some room to the upside. But if price, yeah, reacts here, then potentially room back down to these lows. All right. So structurally, that's what I'm seeing on the weekly chart. Apologize for my drawings, guys. It's not easy drawing with a mouse pen, but it is in an uptrend. All right, it's just found a bit of resistance here, okay, and support here. All right. All right, so that's the weekly chart. Okay, then we're going to drop down to the day chart. Okay, so what is the day chart telling me? So what it's telling me is we're in a range. Yeah, if I plot these two grey zones now, okay, this one and this one. Yeah, let's move that a little bit. Yeah, this one and this one, guys. You can see, yeah, let me move that up a little bit. Okay, you can see price has been ranging. Yeah, it's been ranging between these two grey zones. All right, but we can trade a range, guys. Okay, so yeah, how I would trade this pair. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening here with my software. Bear with me. So we can trade a range, guys. So if price, we get a strong reaction at this level, which currently the daily chart is looking like a strong reaction. Obviously, we need to see the candle finish forming. I think we can come back down to this level. Once we get to this level, we get a strong reaction. I think we can take it back up to this level. Okay, eventually we're going to get a break either way, eventually. But yeah, if this price holds, if these two levels hold and price keeps reacting at it, then yeah, we can start shorting this pair. What I like to look for, guys, once price reaches my grey zone that I have mapped out, yeah, what I'm looking for is a breakdown in H1 structure, okay? And we have this, yeah? This is the H1 now, guys, all right? Euro pound. So price has come up into our grey zone, yeah? Come up into our grey zone. It hasn't made higher highs. This is always a red flag that price could be breaking down, okay? And then sure enough, once these lows here are broken, yeah, H1 structure has changed, okay? So I think we could take shorts. If price retraces back up to here, yeah, back up to this level, I think we could then take price back down to that, the bottom of the range, yeah, on the day chart. Okay, so that's what I'd be looking for. Yeah, so I really like the fact that H1 structure's broken down. Yeah, retrace, enter, make some profit. So that's what I would be looking for today. Gavin D, I hope that helps you on Euro Pound. I think we can start shorting this pair. Okay. Potential breakout on New Zealand US dollar to the upside. Yeah, like I said, guys, if we get a strong H1 or H4 candle on the New Zealand US dollar, we could start longing that pair as well. What else could I jot? Let's take a look, guys. How do we get a sophisticated accent? How do we get a sophisticated accent like mine? Live in London for all of your life, literally. And sophisticated, thank you. I will take that, Thunder 333. You have made my day. Let me make it more sophisticated with vodka. Okay. Good afternoon, Bernard. Yeah, MACD, yes. Yeah, any oscillator, guys. Yeah, we can use oscillators. Yeah, they tell you if something's overbought or oversold. MACD crossover. Yeah, use indicators if they add another level of confluence for your trade. Use it. Right, Euro Aussie dollar. His name, her name, I can't see the picture. XD. Very simple name. I like it. Sound like a rapper. Euro Aussie dollar. Let's take a look at Euro Aussie dollar then, guys. Okay. Again, top-down approach. And guys, yeah, if you're enjoying my analysis, then why not come join my channel, Simply Forex. Yeah. Yeah. Click on the link in the video description, guys, and come join my channel. We'd love to have you on the channel. I do this analysis every single day. All right. I plot the gray zones, talk you through the structure. Yeah. So come join us. Love to have you. Euro Aussie dollar. So I was looking for buys for this today. All right, but we haven't had a setup yet. Okay, so weekly chart, what are we seeing? We are clearly seeing price is in an uptrend. Okay, yeah, we've got higher lows, higher highs. Okay, so structurally, we are in an uptrend. Okay, secondly, yeah, support and resistance zones. So this gray zone through here makes more sense on the daily chart. Okay, but we'll look at that in a minute. But this has become a good level for of support for this pair. Okay, the thing I don't like about buying this pair is this candle. Yeah, this wick has rejected price. All right, so this is the only thing I don't like about this trade and buying this pair is this candlestick here. Yeah, the wick on it. Okay, but having said that, it was still a trade idea because if we zoom out, I still think we have room, firstly, up to this psychological level, this 16,000 level, but also we have room back up to these last weekly highs here. All right, so yeah, we have room to move into. Okay, this is another thing I look for, guys. We need room to move into. Yeah, do not buy into resistance. Do not sell into support. That's what crazy people do. Yeah, we need room to move into. So on the weekly chart, for all those reasons, I was happy to look at buys. Then we drop down to the day chart. And as you can see, this gray zone makes a little bit more sense now. So price was in an uptrend. Yeah, and then it reached this, I'm going to call this a box of indecision. Yeah, these boxes of indecision, I trade all the time. Yeah, I love a box of indecision. Yeah, so price is just chopping around in this box. We're not sure who's in control, buyers or sellers, although we are in an uptrend. Okay, so we have to favor buyers. And then eventually, guys, when we get a break of this box of indecision, so this candle here, yeah, I love buying this candle. Okay, normally wait for a retrace, but I am all over trying to buy this. Okay, because yeah, box of indecision, buyers and sellers are fighting. Yeah, we don't have a winner. Yeah, who's winning? We don't really know. Yeah, but eventually we have a winner. This green candle means buyers are the winners, and then we can start looking for buys. All right, so these are my bread and butter, these boxes of indecision. Okay, but also structurally, we're clearly in an uptrend. Okay, and it's used this gray zone as resistance and support. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of reaction we get today. All right, because we are still in our gray box. Yeah, price is still in our gray zone. All right, then I'm going to drop down to the H4 chart. Yeah, because I like to see what's going on in the lower time frames to really pinpoint my entry. Okay, so on the H4, I would not be buying this at all. Yeah, day chart, let's go back to the day chart. We're looking to buy this all day. Yeah, nothing but buys here. Okay, H4 chart, nothing but sells here. All right, you can see price was coming up. Yeah, these last lows, yeah, didn't quite hold, but then price has been breaking down, breaking these lows. So structurally on the H4, guys, I wouldn't be buying this. Remember, my bias, because of the weekly chart and the day chart, is to buy this pair, but it is just not ready to buy. Yeah, there is not a buy opportunity here. If we look at this H4 chart, okay, again, we can drop down to the H1 chart, and we're in our grey zone. I would be willing to buy this pair if we saw price action like this, guys. The price has come down, yeah. H1 structure is clearly in a downtrend. Maybe we get a double bottom, maybe a treble bottom, but then price starts to build up. Okay, then I'll be looking for buys here once we see a structure break. Okay, I would be happy to start taking buys from this grey box, this grey zone, but only if I see this price action. Otherwise, guys, I'm not interested in shorting this pair. Not at all, and I'm only interested in buying this pair, like I said, if we get that price action. Okay, so I hope that helps you with Euro Aussie dollar. Who else we got here? How can you show us how to? Okay, Mira, morning Mira, a regular at on my channel as well. Morning Mira, how are you? Jason, thanks Tom, you're welcome. I've got TradingView on my iPad. Good. Thunder, I like this structured top-down approach. Good. Yeah. Do I use any indicators to assist in my analysis? Only the moving average 20, guys. Yeah. And how do I use it? Well, I use it like this, guys. So first of all, yeah, you can see this line going through my charts. This is the moving average 20. Okay, this is the only indicator I use. Okay, so how I use it, yeah, I like to see price under the moving average for a downtrend. Okay, also it can act as potential support or resistance. So dynamic support or resistance comes back down, it tests it. Yeah. Okay, so we could use it as dynamic support or resistance. This is a good example here. It sort of uses it quite well. Yeah. Yeah, it's more of a visual aid, guys. So it can be dynamic support and resistance. It also tells me if something is very overbought or oversold. So if price is very far away from my moving average 20, this level here is oversold. Yeah, and we can, you know, potentially have a retrace. So that's the only thing I use, moving average 20, and that's how I use it. Gavin, you're welcome. Hope you're doing HMH, vodka on, always got the vodka, guys. It's Christmas. I'm only joking, it's not vodka, or is it? Thank you, Tom. Okay, Eric. Eric would like pound against the Canadian dollar. All right, so this is an interesting, the Canadian pairs are interesting at the moment. Okay, so let's have a look at pound Canadian dollar. Let me find it first of all. Pound Canadian dollar. Let me have a quick sip of my vodka. And let's take a look at pound Canadian dollar. Again, guys, before I start, if you're enjoying my analysis, then come join my channel, Simply Forex. The link is in the live chat, guys. It's in the live chat. Click on that. Come join us. We'd love to have you. Right, let's start with the weekly chart. Yeah, because this was a trade idea. I was shorting this pair for a couple of days, but now I'm not so sure. But let me explain my thinking. All right, so this area through here, yeah, was a really important level. Okay, so this is the weekly chart, guys. On the weekly chart, this gray zone, price has reacted here, 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 here. Okay, and then it started to react here again. Okay, yeah, it's no surprise we plot these support and resistance levels because that's where price most of the time will react at. Okay, and then sure enough, it's reacting now. So on the weekly chart, that's what we're seeing. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. We're seeing a reaction at a very important resistance level. Okay, and I think we have more room to the downside. Again, we can use our moving average 20. I think we have room back down to here, or even these last highs here. Okay, I think we have some room to the downside. Okay, but we are in an uptrend. Yeah, we are in an uptrend. Okay, let's drop down now to the daily chart and see what we're seeing here. Okay, so yeah, price was clearly in an uptrend, yeah, all the way up to this grey zone. It was such a strong trending market. We never got a retrace to take price up. Yeah, it was such a strong trending market. There was so much Canadian dollar weakness, yeah, for weeks. But we come up to our level here, our weekly resistance level, and price has been breaking down. Yeah. Because if you look at this side, guys, again, I'm going to split this chart into two. Okay, we have this side and we have this side. Okay, just look at the candles on this side. Yeah, bullish, 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 bullish. Yeah, when the bearish candles come into play, it is quickly responded with a green candle. Yeah, even if we do get a bearish candle, the next candle is always green. Yeah, so look at all of that buying pressure. Okay, then ever since we've hit this weekly resistance level, yeah, look at the candles now. Red, 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 barely bullish, red, 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 red. Okay, so sellers are in control of this market as we speak. All right. But what I think is going to happen, I'll let the market tell me, but what I think is going to happen is we're going to get a retrace, yeah, potentially into this grey zone, even the last highs, and then we could start coming down, okay? Especially as we're seeing this candle here. It'll be interesting to see how this daily candle finishes, guys, yeah? Because if it's quite bullish, yeah, then my scenario, I think, could play out. If this stays bullish, I think we have room back up to here. And then we just want to look for the next shorting possibility. Okay. So that's what we're looking at. Let's take a look at the H4 now, guys. So, yeah, these grey zones are where I've been shorting from. Okay. So I was shorting from here, made some profit, shorting from here, made some profit, okay? And this was our target. This blue line was our target, okay? So we've been making money to the downside with this pair, okay? And you can just see structurally, yeah, on the H4, it's been coming down. But look at the buyers now. Buyers are back in this market. So for that reason, yeah, I'm reluctant to keep shorting this pair. All right. Like I say, guys, I want to see price potentially, you know, retrace up to one of these levels, or even this grey zone. Then I want to see a reaction. And then again, I want to see price start to break down. Okay. And then I will happily short this pair. Okay. But all of this buying pressure tells me that, yeah, all of this buying pressure tells me it wants to push up before we get a new level that we can take it lower. Okay. And as for this level, we need to let the market tell us. Yeah. We need to see structure breaking down. All right. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing, guys, on pound Canadian dollar. Okay. But it does depend greatly on how this daily candle finishes. All right. So yeah, I hope that helps you with that, Eric. Sean Scott, Aussie dollar, US dollar. Let's take a look, my friend. Aussie dollar, US dollar, guys. Let's take a look at that. So, okay. So I'm actually looking at a Canadian dollar, Japanese yen trade. Okay. Sorry, Aussie dollar, US dollar. All right. So let me just quickly show you this, guys. I'm going to show you one of my trade ideas for today. Okay. So this is the day chart, okay, and this was Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. All right, maybe some of you are asking about this, but a lot of the yen pairs, yeah, I'm looking for places to short them. All right, but if we look at the day chart, actually, let's start with the weekly chart. All right. So weekly chart, price has broken down. It was in an uptrend, didn't create a higher high, always a red flag. The structure's breaking down, and sure enough, it broke down. It was on the back of a lot of Bank of Japan speeches. Yeah. So it was on the back of a lot of macroeconomic news, but this is clearly breaking down, guys. And what I like about Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, we have a lot of room to move into before we start seeing a bit of support over here. Okay. So weekly chart, we're seeing that. And then on the day chart, prices come back up. Yeah. It sort of messed around here and then shot back down. But now prices come back up and it's testing these last lows here. So this grey zone is a very interesting area for me. This is the same setup on a lot of yen pairs, because I see some of you are looking for, Canadian Japanese yen, pound Japanese yen. So a lot of you guys are looking for this yen pairs. All right. So that's what we're seeing on the day chart. So we could potentially look for shorts from here. Okay. But what do I want to see? So usually, guys, I look at breakdown in H1 structure. I'm not even going to look at the H4 chart. All right. So price has come up to our grey zone. You can see here, literally just touched our grey zone. All right. But at that point, H1 structure is in an uptrend. Yeah, higher highs, higher lows. But now price has come back down and we've just got this indecision here. Okay. Yeah. So why do we have this indecision? Well, let me tell you, because what's happening is you're having on the H4 and the H1, buyers are in control. Yeah. They're taking price up to our grey zone. But then as soon as price hits our grey zone, you're going to be met by a lot of daily sellers. Yeah, a lot of daily sellers. Yeah. So you've got buyers and sellers, battling it out, knocking heads, fighting. Yeah. And we need a winner. All right. So that is represented by this just box of indecision. Let me draw that again. That was terrible. I have been drinking vodka, so bear with me. I haven't really. But that's why we're getting all this buying pressure, but then on the higher time frames, we're getting this selling pressure. Yeah, because we're at a daily resistance level. So that's why we get a lot of indecision. Okay. Then it will be interesting to see what this candle does. Okay. If it stays broken below these lows, we can start shorting this pair. Okay. But if this candle closes back up into this box of indecision, we don't have a trade. As simple as that. We want to see a break of this box of indecision, guys, and then we can start looking for shorts. Okay, so that's one of my trade ideas for today. It'll be interesting to see where this candle finishes. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that, guys. Okay, so keep an eye on Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. We'll see where that finishes. Sean Scott, I apologize. I went off on a tangent there. Let's look at Aussie dollar, US dollar. Okay, again, we're going to start with the weekly time frame. Okay, and again, like a lot of the US dollar pairs, guys, we are at pivotal levels. Okay, all right, so we are at pivotal levels. And again, guys, if you're enjoying my analysis, subscribe to the channel. The link is in the live chat. All right, so just click on that. Come join us. We'd love to have you. Merry Christmas. Weekly chart, guys. So this area here is an important zone. Yeah, I'd even say down to there. So first and foremost, let's look at structure. So price is in a downtrend. Yeah, you don't have to be Warren Buffett to see that as in a downtrend. And then price has come back up. Yeah, we haven't broken these highs. So technically we are still potentially in a downtrend. Yeah. And price has come back up into this grey zone. I plotted this grey zone because as you can see, price has reacted many times in this grey zone. All right. So it's an important historical level. Okay. And then finally, we also need to look at the candlesticks. And we've had this candlestick. Yeah. Look how bearish that candlestick is. Yeah. It's a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. All right. So if we were just looking at the weekly chart, we could take price back down to these lows. Yeah. If we were just looking at the weekly chart. But obviously, guys, if you're a swing trader, maybe that's all you look at. But I'm more intraday, guys. So I need a more funneled, more lower time frame view as well. All right. But that's the weekly chart. Then we're going to drop down to the day chart. Okay. I'm going to remove this large. That was that weekly zone. All right. Let me remove that. And what I'm seeing here, guys, so I'm looking for shorts. Yeah, I know we're in an uptrend. Okay, we are clearly in an uptrend on Aussie dollar, US dollar. Okay, and this last low here hasn't broken. None of these have broken that low. Okay, because this wick here closed back into this low. Okay, so we haven't had a breakdown in structure yet. I think a couple of things can happen. Potentially, yeah, we'll get a break of this gray zone. All right, price will come back down. We'll break this gray zone, retest it. And I think we've got some great selling opportunities here. Okay, but it hasn't broken yet. Okay, we could do that. Or if we want to be a little bit more aggressive, we could start trading from here. Let me put this in. Okay. So this is a gray zone. It's reacted here and here. So if it reacts at this level, which it could potentially become a head and shoulders, guys. Okay. So these are the different scenarios I'm looking for. Okay. We get a reaction, get a break of these lows. Yeah. And then we can start coming down. Okay. So yeah, or it could come back up and hit these highs. Okay. And then we just get a double top. Yeah, if it comes back up here, we're just getting a double top, guys. Double top, and we can start trading that as well. Okay. So these are all the different scenarios I'm seeing, guys. You can trade this two ways. Yeah, you can trade this aggressively. And let me show you the aggressive entry. So price comes up into this gray zone. We get a bearish candlestick. It could be a bearish, candlestick pattern or just a candle that tells us sellers are in control. All right. We could get that form here. Yeah. And then we could enter the trade. We could start looking for shorts. Yeah. Back down to here, potentially a first target, and then let price carry on. Okay. So we could trade it like that. That's quite aggressive for me. How I like to trade, guys, is seeing breakdown in structure. Okay, so I would want to see something like this. All right, and I would start trading it from this level. Okay, admittedly, guys, you may be waiting days, even weeks for this to happen, but I'm willing to wait for the better setup, the less riskier, the less riskier setup, to be quite honest. At this point, if we look at this price structure, my yellow line, if this has happened, this pair, this chart has told me that it's ready to come lower. Okay. If we start entering up here, it hasn't really told me that it's ready to come lower. But if I enter here, the chart has told me, Tom, it is time to start shorting this pair. Yeah. So that's what I'm waiting for, guys. All right, a break in structure, retest, come lower. Okay, sit on your hands. That is a skill. Okay, but it doesn't matter, guys, because I'm looking at 28 currency pairs. Yeah, so I could potentially have a setup on a different pair. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing on Aussie dollar, US dollar. Pandora, on which time frame do you use to execute your trade? Good question. I do a top-down approach. I look at weekly, daily, H4, H1, and even M15. But I usually pull the trigger, enter the trade on H1 or even M15. Okay. Okay. so we've got a couple of people. We've got US dollar, Swiss franc, and US dollar, Japanese yen. And okay, CIA trader is looking for a short as we speak. So let's help him out. He's looking for a short right now. Let's see if he's on the right tracks. So US dollar, Japanese yen. I've already got my gray zones mapped out, guys. Yeah, this is the day chart. These are my gray zones. This is where price reacts. All right. And if you would like these gray zones every morning, guys, I give them to you every morning. So if you join my channel, Simply Forex, you will receive these gray zones every day. All right. So come join us, guys. The link is in the live chat. You're looking for a short. Again, I need to know your strategy. Yeah, you could be a scalper. You could be a swing trader. You could be an intraday trader. But let me give you a bit of a top-down approach. So the thing with this is we have hit an important level of support. Yeah, this is an important level of support. All right. So I am reluctant to keep shorting into support. Don't short into support. I'm having t-shirts made with this on it. All right. So don't short into support, guys. And if you're taking a short now, let's say you short here, that's technically what you're doing. You're shorting into this gray zone. Okay. So on the day chart, I wouldn't do this. If we go to the lower time frames, I think I know why you're shorting this pair. All right. Because what you have done, you have seen this area here as a potential area to start shorting this pair. Yeah, and I get that. Yeah, price reacted here, it's reacted again. Okay, and then when it breaks this level, but historically it's reacted at this level. Now price gets back up to this level, it's potentially a good area to start shorting. Okay, I get it. I understand that. But you need to have the higher time frame view. Yeah, this is the H4 chart. If you're looking just at the H4 chart, okay, we can start shorting from this gray zone. All right. But if you're looking at the day chart, yeah, do we want to keep shorting into this? Do we want to short into this gray zone? And the answer is no. To be honest with you guys, I don't want to sit on the fence, but I looked at this morning, yeah, and I told my subscribers that this is not a trade for today. Because of that reason, yeah, you've got potentially buyers entering at this very important support area, but you're also at these levels here, you're also going to have sellers enter the market. And I don't like that. Yeah, I need buyers or sellers to be in control. Yeah, I don't like to see buyers and sellers meeting. Yeah, I need a winner. Okay, so for me, I would stay out of US dollar, Japanese yen. Okay, so I understand why you're shorting it, but that's my view on US dollar yen. Okay, Andy Jagger, it could be gin. It could be a mixture of vodka and gin. We don't know. Okay, Aussie dollar, US dollar, we've just done that. Hadi, take a look at the video earlier. We've done that. Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. Again, we've done that. I wouldn't be looking to buy this pair. Yeah, it's at a good daily support level, resistance level. Yeah, I wouldn't be looking to buy Canadian dollar. Let me just show you very quickly Canadian, because you're actually in a trade and this worries me. Okay, so let me look at Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. So day chart, yeah, this gray zone is potentially a very good area to short this market. Yeah, look at it, reacted many times in this gray zone before. All right, so it's potentially a good area to short from, not buy. All right, let's look at the H4. Is price breaking down? Not really. Yeah, we need to see. Yeah, like I showed you earlier on, guys, on this H1, it'll be interesting to see where this candle finishes. If we start getting a breakdown on the H1, something like this, yeah, I'm looking for shorts, not buys on Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. All right, but we did that one earlier, guys. Okay, we've just done US dollar, Japanese yen. We looked at that one. Let's have a look at Euro, US dollar. Leonardo, this one is for you, Euro, US dollar. Yeah, it's very, yeah, you know, it's a highly traded pair. Let's take a look at Euro, US dollar. Okay, where are we? Euro, US dollar. Again, let's do a top-down approach, guys. Right, we're seeing quite the reaction at the moment. So it's the same scenario, guys. Yeah, I've looked at Aussie dollar, US dollar tonight. I've looked at New Zealand dollar, US dollar. I've looked at US dollar, Japanese yen. So let's look at Euro, US dollar. All right, this is the weekly chart, guys. I suggest you do the same. Do a top-down approach. All right, so we're looking at Euro, US dollar. On the weekly time frame, we are in an uptrend, but we were in a downtrend. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. And then price, as we know, has been rallying like a madman. All right. But for me, it's just become a little bit overbought. Look how far away it is from the moving average 20. All right. So that concerns me. Secondly, we're at this important grey zone. Yeah, it's literally just reacted. Why is it important? Because it was once support and resistance. All right. So for all these things, we're seeing price react at this grey zone. I'm potentially looking for a bit of room to the downside. Okay. Longer term, I would look for a buy here. All right. But for now, we have a bit of room to the downside. All right. If the market tells us we do. So let's drop down to the day chart. And as you can see, guys, yeah, what has happened here is this. Price on the day chart is in an uptrend. Okay, so we have lots of buying pressure. Yeah, you can see that clearly. But we've hit this grey zone. Yeah, this grey zone, we're now having lots of selling pressure because we're at a weekly resistance level. And again, guys, the people who have joined me for this video, what does this tell you? This tells you you are going to get indecision. And then sure enough, look at this price action. Admittedly, guys, it is the festive season. We need to take that into account. But look at that choppy price action. Who is in control, buyers or sellers? Yeah, we don't really know. Okay. So again, what am I looking for? I am looking for potential shorts because we're at that weekly resistance level. Okay. All right. But I'm looking for price to basically break down. Yeah. Break down. We get a retrace. We can enter this pair. Yeah. That's what I want to see. And I think this could be a very good short. All right. Yeah, only looking for shorts really, guys. Imagine we're looking for buys. Even if you did get a bullish candle, yeah, you're straight into resistance, okay? And all this weekly resistance. So I'm not willing to buy into this pair, okay? But again, an alternative is, and we could be aggressive, once price comes back up to this high and we get a bearish reaction, we could start shorting it from there, yeah? But me personally, I like to see this breakdown in structure. Okay, so that's Euro, US dollar. All right. What else have we got? Okay, so many questions, guys. Okay, lots of people want pound Japanese yen. We'll do, yeah, let's start with pound Japanese yen, guys. All right. So what are we seeing here? Again, guys, this is the date. Let's start with a weekly chart. All right. But again, guys, I've got my gray zones mapped out. Yeah. If you want to receive these gray zones every day, then subscribe to my channel, Simply Forex. The link is in the live chat, guys. Come join us. We would love to have you. Weekly, what am I seeing? So, was in an uptrend. okay? Then price come down, yeah? This low here, I would argue, was in a weekly downtrend, but then price shot back up, okay? But then we still found some resistance here, all right? And then price has come down and eventually broken these last lows here. Okay, so weekly, we're in a downtrend, yeah? And we've got this humongous weekly red bearish candle, all right? So lots of things are telling us to short this pair, okay? But we're at this gray zone, okay? It'll be clearer on the day chart. So let's go to the day chart now. Again, what are we seeing? So structurally, yeah, clearly in a downtrend. It was breaking down, but it got into a bit of a range and then price broke down. All right, we've got lower lows, yeah, and lower highs, okay? So structurally, we're in a downtrend, all right? Again, this red candle was all, yeah, it was Bank of Japan press conference. It was all news driven, but nonetheless, we're in a downtrend. And then I plot my gray zones, guys. So why have I plotted this lower gray zone here? Well, because of this. It's reacted many times. Reacted. It has reacted many times. All right. And therefore, yeah, it's no surprise, yeah, that we are getting some buyers enter the market. Okay. And I think buyers could potentially push price up into this gray zone, back up to these last high lows here. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what today's candle does. But yeah, something I teach some of my subscribers, guys. You can also trade between gray zones. Yeah, this market is clearly in a downtrend, but we could do buys. Yeah, we can take buys if we see some buying pressure. We could take buys up to the next area of support and resistance. Then once we get to this area, we close the buys and then we're looking for shorts. We can take it back down, okay? So yeah, we can be flexible like that. But the overriding message is shorts, all right? So what I would do, I would look for shorts, but I would, you know, potentially buy up to here. But then once price gets into this gray zone, guys, and reacts with some of these lows, I want to see a bearish candle, a breakdown in H1 structure, and then I'll take price back down to these lows. And then I would probably close 80% of my trade here, and then I'd let 20% run. Okay, this is another little technique you can use, guys, yeah, to help you lock in some profit, because I'm not very good at letting 100% of my trade run, but I am excellent at letting 20% of my trade run. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for on pound Japanese yen. Okay, I said gold. Let's have a look at gold for you guys. So who wants gold? We've got Abdel, we've got Robertson. Robertson, I remember you. Hello. Okay, let's have a look at gold, guys. Gold for me is at a real horrible area. Okay, so again, guys, my gray zones are there. They're in already. Why is it at a horrible zone? I'm going to tell you why. This is the weekly chart, guys. All right, so this is gold on the weekly chart. All right, look at structure, look at the trend. Price was in a downtrend. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Didn't make a lower low. Guys, if there's one thing you take away from today, if price isn't making lower lows on a downtrend or higher highs on an uptrend, that is a red flag that structure could be changing. All right, and then sure enough, we don't get a lower low, and then structure changes, breaks this high. For me, weekly structure is now in an uptrend. Okay, but yeah, we are now also at this gray zone. Yeah, it was once resistance over here and support here. Okay, so again, historically, it's an important zone. So we've got a lot of indecision at this grey zone. That's 1, 2, 3, that's a month, 4 weeks of indecision at this grey zone. All right. So what do I want to see? Let's drop down to the day chart. Okay. So what do I want to see? So first of all, guys, look, this is a little bit scruffy, but this is indecision. Yeah. Let's call this a circle of indecision. All right. There's indecision there. Again, why? Why do we have indecision? Because we've got buyers. Yeah. The day trend is upwards. Yeah. So we have buyers, but we have hit a grey zone. Yeah. A weekly resistance level. Therefore, sellers have entered the market. All right. So we've got weekly selling pressure, daily buying pressure. Who will win? All right. Let them tell us who will win. All right. I wouldn't trade this now. I would wait for a winner. So what do I want to see? I want to see a break of these last highs. Yeah. Candle, the body of the candle looks something like this, and we get a strong break of these highs. Yeah, maybe a retrace, and then I'll be looking for buys all day long, because on that weekly chart, we've got lots of room to move into. Okay. However, yeah, that's how I would trade longs. We could look for shorts, potentially. Yeah, we're seeing a bit of a channel here. Okay, we have an upward channel. If I start seeing price break down below this grey zone, out of this channel, all right, then I think we could also look for shorts down to this grey zone. Okay, but when I'm down at this grey zone, I'm then looking for buys. But we could short it down to this grey zone. So let the market tell you what to do with gold. Yeah, if we get a strong bearish candle, start shorting it down to here. If we get a strong bullish candle, start buying it up to a weekly high. All right, guys, so that's gold. Okay, I've done Japanese yen, done gold. I'm going to do one more, guys. And before I do, if you're enjoying my analysis and want to receive it every day, then come join my channel, Simply Forex. The link is in the live chat, guys. All right, so come join us. Okay, lots of people want oil. We've got Veronica, Naruto. Oil it is. Abdel, thank you. You are welcome, my friend. Okay, oil. Let's take a look at oil. The black gold. Let's take a look. All right, guys. So again, I've got my areas mapped out, my important areas for me, guys. Okay, so what are we seeing? On the weekly chart, it's a bit of a different, yeah, we're seeing different things, guys, yeah, on the daily and the weekly. So this is the weekly chart, and we are clearly in a downtrend. Lower lows, this high never got broken, and then we've come down. We've got lower lows as well. Okay. And we've got quite bearish candles. Look at this bearish candle that broke these lows. So I think we have a bit of room back down to potentially this 65 level. All right. If I zoom out, yeah, you'll see why that is a target. Yeah, it's reacted here and here and here historically. So this is a good target. All right. So weekly chart, that's what I'm seeing. All right. Now I'm going to drop down to the daily chart, guys. And this is a bit of a mixed bag. All right. So price was in a downtrend. But then we started seeing a bit of buying pressure. We've had buying pressure from here. Yeah. Look at these green candles. Yeah. Green, green, green. Even the red candles have wicks on them. Green, 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 indecision, green. So we've had a lot of buying pressure here. All right. But yeah, we're now reacting strongly at our weekly grey zone here. Not only did this wick here react strongly, it will be interesting to see how this daily candle finishes as well. All right. So potentially, if it finishes like this, guys, I think we can look for shorts, at least back down to these lows. Okay. I'm drawing this grey zone. Let's have a look on the H4 to see more clearly why this is a grey zone. All right. So I think this zone here could be, this zone here where price has reacted many times, could potentially be an important area here. Okay, because structurally that will be a breakdown in H4 structure. Okay, so if we start seeing a break of this level, potentially then a retrace, yeah, I would potentially look for shorts here, okay, and start shorting this pair, okay, potentially down to here, or even that 65 level that I said on the weekly chart. All right, guys, so oil, yeah, I'm looking for shorts here. But I need to see a breakdown in structure supported by a strong negative daily candle, strong bearish daily candle. All right, guys, so yeah, I hope you've enjoyed my analysis. If you have, come join me on my channel, Simply Forex. The link is in the live chat, guys. So check that out right now. Click on the link, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, and that's it, guys. I'll see you next week. Yeah, next week. So New Year will happen before then. So have a nice New Year's Eve, guys. I really hope you enjoy it. Spend it with loved ones and nice people. All right, have a great time, and I'll catch up with you next week. See you later, guys.
Thanks again for watching today's show. Our goal at A1 Trading is to continue to share free value to our audience through daily videos and articles, keeping you up to date with the latest market coverage. If you enjoy our content, make sure to subscribe for more. And remember to check the description below if you're looking for a new broker or looking for a trading community to join. From all of us at A1 Trading, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.